Hello, good morning. Myself Riddhi Kondekar from Division B MCA first year. Today I'm going to present on the topic adbms. So in that I've chosen Introduction to Relational Database System and Database System. So a relational database system is the type of DBMS that utilize a relational model to organize and store data. Like there are some management systems like Oracle, MySQL, MS SQL Server, Microsoft Access, etc. Um, it is called as relational database management system because it is based on relational model that is introduced by EF code. Uh, Next point about this is here data is unprocessed and organized and is organized in rows and column in a table. It has multiple tables stored in database. It manages data, insert data, delete the data from database with the help of MongoDB, SQLite, MySQL, Oracle, and SQL. Structured query language is used to manage the data queries to help the manipulation. The key features of RDBMS are data is organized into tables. It provides a structured query language for data manipulation, enforces data integrity to keys and constants. Relationships between tables are established. Following all the terminologies of RDMS, it contains domain. Uh, it has a primary key. It has tuples. It has a data value. Degree is also mentioned in the table. And cardinality is also mentioned below. Properties of a relation are each relation has its unique name by which it is identified in the database. A relation does not contain duplicate tuples. The tuples of a relation have no specific order. All attributes in relation are automatic. That is, each cell of relation contains exact value. Following are the categories of data integrity which exist in RDBMS. So there are user-defined integrity, domain integrity, entity integrity, and referential integrity. So entity integrity means which specifies that there should be no duplicate rows in table. Domain integrity means which enforce valid entries for a given column by restricting the type, the format, or the values, range of values. Referential integrity which specifies the rows but cannot be deleted, which are used by other records. User-defined integrity means which specifies business rules defined by users. These rules are from different entities, domain, and referential integrity. So for next topic is data models. So what is the data model? So basically a data model is a data description, data semantics, and consistency constants of a data. It provides conceptual tools for describing design of a database at each level of data abstraction. So following other types of data model, relational data model, semi-structured data model, entity relationship data model, object-based data model. So conceptual representation and relationship common models are relational hierarchy network object oriented. So, relational data model means where the data is designed in the form of rows and columns within table. Thus, a relational model uses table for representing data in between relationships. Table are also called as relations. This model was initially described by Edgar F. Code in 1969, which is used for primarily used for commercial data processing applications. So the next model is entity relationship data model. Here, An ER model is logically represented of a data as objects and relationship among them. These objects are known as entities and relationship is an association among these entities. This model was designed by Peter Chain and published in 1976 papers. It is widely used in database designing. A set of attributes describes the entities. For example, student name, student ID, uh, student address, etc. Here, uh, it describes a same type of entity is known as entity set, and a set of same type of relationship is known as relationship set. The next model is object-based model. Here, it is an extension of ER model with notions of functions, encapsulation, and object identity as well. This model supports a rich system that includes structure and collection types. Thus, in 1980, various database systems, the object-oriented approach were developed. Here, the objects are nothing but the data carrying its properties. The next is semi-structured data model. Here, in this data model, this type is different from the other types as from as the model is different from other three models explained above. The semi-structured data type for the spec allows data for specification at places where individual data items of same type may have different attribute sets. The extensible markup language, also known as XML, is widely used for representing the semi-structured data. Although XML was initially designed for including the markup information to the text document, it gains importance because of its application in the exchange of data. So here we end with the types of data models. The next topic is the differentiate between DBMS and RDBMS. So basically, DBMS means database management system and RDBMS means relational database management system. So here, applications are stored as a file in DBMS, and in RDBMS, applications are stored in a tabular form. In DBMS, generally data is either in hierarchical form or navigational form, and in RDBMS, the tables have an identifier called primary key, and the data values are stored in the form of tables. Normalization is not present in DBMS, and vice versa, normalization is present on RDBMS. Um, DBMS do not apply any security with regards to data manipulation. RD, RDBMS defines the integrity constant for purpose of asset that is atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability, properties, etc. DBMS uses file system to store data, and RDBMS stores the data in the form of table. So there is in DBMS there is no relation between the tables, and vice versa. There is a relation between the data values that are stored in the form of tables in RDBMS. So DBMS provide some uniform methods to access the stored information. A DBMS system supports a tabular structure of the data and relationship between them to access the stored information. DBMS does not support distributed data, or DBMS supports the distributed data. RDBMS is meant for smaller organizations and deal with smaller data and support single user. Vice versa, RDBMS is designed to handle large amount of data and support multiple users at a time. So examples of RDBMS are file systems and XML, etc. And examples of RDBMS are MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle, etc. Thank you.